Kenseth. Cleared by Logano, maybe no. Kenseth takes him out. Logano into the wall. Caution comes out and the crowd roars.
I know we had talked about it. That's what we saw a couple weeks ago. I was the first to say I never expected that to happen out of the 20 car.
Helmets coming off of the crew members of the 20. Joey Logano stuck in the grass. If the 20 of Matt Kenseth can continue, NASCAR has said he will be parked. Helmet is already off of the 20. We have to remind you why this is happening. A couple races ago at Kansas, Matt Kenseth was leading. Joey Logano running second. You can tell how the fans feel about it. The red flag is out, as they will have to clean the track up. A couple races to go in Kansas. The team told Joey to stay in the car, but obviously Joey out of the car, not able to continue on. In the latter laps of the race at Kansas, Joey Logano had a faster car than Matt Kenseth. He got behind him. He bumped him going into turn one. He turned Kenseth around. After the race, Kenseth said, "That's not the way I want to be raced. Now I know how he races me." This is what just took place.
Clearly, 22 was lapping at 20, and 20 obviously intentionally wrecked him. And like what happened the week before was more than a few weeks before was more than it should have been, and just flat wrecking.
Matt Kenseth already not having the day that he wanted to have. And the opportunity presented itself at a short track.
Still down there, still down there, still down there, still down there.
Once the favorite for the title, Joey Logano out of his car. Matt Kenseth out of his car. It will be an interesting trip to the infield care center.
Wow, man, I get you right from one down there. You okay? Yeah, I'm okay. I just flew right in front of something.
And the crew of the 22 made their way into their hauler. So as we speak, Joey Logano and Matt Kenseth are in the infield care center together. But was always a possibility. Payback. The team taking a look underneath the 22. I mentioned the Kansas race.
And Maverick stood all he could to block Joey. He needed to win that race, and when Joey got to him, he felt like he blocked him a little too much, tried to make a move on the outside. That blocked him again. They got to turn one. Joey decided to get into the 20 and on win the race.
Yeah, then a week later, coming to pit road, Matt thought that the 22 pulled in front of him and brake checked him coming to pit road. It didn't look like that to me. It looked like the 22 was trying to get to pit road himself, but Matt Kenseth had a disagreement on that. And then today, the 20's being lapped by the 22. The 20 clearly just gets in the left rear quarter panel, drives the 22 into the corner. There was a lot of conversation after Kansas. Would there be retaliation? I was a firm believer that The 20 was going to make it difficult on the 22, but I honestly didn't expect to see this, but without a doubt, Matt Kenseth had another plan here.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see it either. I thought that Matt would, like you, I thought he would make it difficult on Joey for the rest of the year. But I thought Matt would make it difficult on Joey anyway if he was racing for the championship, if he won that race. And, you know, this is part of the NASCAR environment right now that, you know, there has to be an end to intentionally wrecking people. I mean, NASCAR will have to step in at some point and say, you know what, penalize someone, because the penalties aren't laid out, then it's okay to do it. And, you know, unfortunately, that's where we are right now. I think they're going to have to step in at some point and draw the line.
NASCAR's response to this issue was if the 20 was able to continue on, they were not going to allow him to continue on.
This isn't the first time we've seen this. You know, Matt Kenseth wrecking Joey Logano. This isn't the first incident like this. You know, this goes way back. And, you know, I think NASCAR's going to have to take control of it.
Take a look in the garage area. Not a very happy person. That's Joey Logano's dad right there. And Todd Gordon, the crew chief, holding him back. Tempers always get a little more heated when you come to a short track because there is going to be some contact made. This was a situation where these two had a history. NASCAR has just announced over the radio, driver, crew chief, and owner of the 20 have all been called to the NASCAR hauler at the end of this race. The NASCAR officials are all in the control tower now as they will oversee a race. And so that's the reason for post-race, those three being asked to go to the NASCAR hauler. Driver, crew chief, and owner of the 20 have all been invited to the NASCAR hauler at this race's conclusion. Let's go to Mike.
And Rick, as you mentioned, you saw Todd Gordon, the crew chief of the 22, restraining Tom Logano, Joey's father. They had to escort him inside the transporter, out of harm's way, to try to calm him down a little bit. Now, Todd Gordon, I had a conversation with him this morning, and he was quite clear that they thought this might be a possibility. It seemed as though, talking to the team, they were debriefed as to what to do if this did transpire. Todd Gordon still trying to calm everybody down. Dave?
Joey Logano has walked out of the infield care center. Joey, are you surprised?
Well, yeah. I thought, you know, I think what happened in Kansas is a completely different deal. You know, we were racing for the win, and, you know, he blocked you a few times, and then, you know, we raced hard, and he blocked me last time, and we spun out. That's what happened there. Here is just a complete coward move, especially for a championship race car driver and race team. Just complete coward. I don't have anything else to say. It's a chicken, you know what, move to completely take out the leader when your race is over. And, you know, we'll move on. We're going to work hard, and we're going to get our car back out there, hopefully, and we're just going to win.
Joey, between then and now, had you made any attempt at all to try to resolve the situation with Matt?
They won't let me get to him.
And for obviously very disappointed. His chase is in jeopardy now for the championship round, Rick.
And that team is going to work diligently to get him back out on the track with a red flag condition. Joey Logano is still, as the scoring loops go, on the lead lap because the race leader is Jeff Gordon. He's been stopped on.
Into going to Homestead, so all this mayhem and chaos that we've seen over the last several laps, Jeff Gordon's been the huge benefactor of that. Jamie McMurray talked about him before he started on the outside, so all these guys, obviously, not the day they wanted, but it's opened the door for Jeff Gordon to take advantage of it.
Let's take another look. The 20, by the way, Matt Kenseth has been released from the infield care center. Here's what took place. And while this is happening, the 24 goes by and takes the lead. Marty.
Matt Kenseth is out of the infield care center. What is your side of the story, Matt?
Well, it's really a disappointing day. I thought we were going to have a shot at the win there. And, you know, they were jacking up the restart real bad to let each other and his teammates, which that's fine.
And Brad went in there, and I got outside of Joey, and I was going to try to race him for the win, and Brad wiped me out for some reason. I'm not really sure why. And then we had so much damage on the right front, I should have probably just put it in the garage and just got into one and couldn't get it to turn, and ran Joey over. So disappointing end for sure.
Joey said it was a complete coward move on your part. Your reaction to that?
I don't have any comments for that.
There would be people who say there was intent involved, even though you said you had a right front go down. What's your comment to those folks?
Well, there's people who say a lot of things. Splitter was trying to dig ground and, got into the corner and, certainly ruined his day. I know what it's like to be that, too. Some days you're the bat, some days you're the ball. It's never fun when you're the ball. So, like I said, disappointing end to our chase. And, he's got a couple races left. He's got the best car. He might get a couple wins here and still have a shot at it. So, certainly disappointed it came down to that, man. I was out there trying to race hard as I could for Dollar General and try to get the win. I really thought we were going to have a shot for a win before, they got me the first time. So, disappointed to get wiped out twice in the last 4 weeks with a shot to win for sure.
Do you think this is over, or do you see another chapter maybe coming in retribution from him?
I don't know. I feel like every week's a new week. Go out and race, do what you think is right. Race as hard as you can and just take it 1 week at a time. So I don't know. I try to do the best I can. You never like to be in these situations. They really stink, to be honest with you. But sometimes you get put in these spots, and you gotta try to keep respect in the garage area. You can't get yourself ran over. You can't get in a chase next year and get ran over for the same reason. So, like I said, I hate the way it ended. Wish we were out there celebrating or have a shot for the win like we did before we got wrecked. So, disappointing day.
Matt Kenseth, very matter-of-fact about it, Rick, but that is his side of the story.
We've heard both sides now.
Yeah, I think ultimately what he said there at the end was, he felt like if he didn't take a stand, that he would just continue to get run over. He felt like Joey had done something to him. He felt like Brad also had done something to him, and if he didn't make a stand, then it would just happen again. So that was the stand he made.
Yeah, my disappointment in this whole situation is to try to claim that something happened to either race car. I think in Kansas we saw the 20 block. The 22 decided that blocking was enough. He decided to move the 20. We came here to Martinsville. I don't know about the first crash with the 2, but that situation on the front stretch seemed very clear to me that the 20 decided the 22 wasn't going to win the race. Right, wrong, and different, I'm not going to argue that, but I think the intent was clear. Like you said, Jeff, this isn't the first time we've seen it in NASCAR. It won't be the last time we see it in NASCAR. And move on to Texas. Texas should be pretty exciting next week. I don't think they're going to get any less exciting as we get closer to Homestead.
Now, you do notice that they're not working on that car. We're under a red flag condition. Again, Martinsville Speedway. The first race of round 3 of the playoffs for NASCAR and the Sprint Cup Series. We're under a red flag condition, and the reason why we're under this red flag condition is this.
Yeah, there was already a situation. The 20 car was already into a crash. This is the first accident between the 2 and the 20. That really looks like Martinsville to me. They got stacked up. The 2 and the 20 basically made contact. The 41, unfortunately for Kurt Busch, he was the one that got probably the most damage. And then later, we see the 20 laps down with damage. Get the 22 in the left rear, drives him off into turn 1. A hard accident. Definitely ends the 22's day.
It's hard impact, not to be lost. This is a big impact right here.
Big hit for both drivers. And so they're cleaning up the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. A lot of fluid put down by both the 20 and the 22. And the red flag has been lifted. The yellow flag is out. And now they go to work on the 22. 12 minutes and 46 seconds. You have to remember, because of the time change, the sunset now is 5:24 as we've just reached the top of the hour. We have just 46 laps to go, but it gets dark here. There are no lights at Martinsville. Cars begin to roll, and guess who's out front? 5-time, or looking to